Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's a quick review of Patchwork. Now, Patchwork is a film that you may not have heard of. I hadn't heard of it until I saw it pop up on the Amazon streaming recently. It's billed as a horror comedy. If you're old school film and you're old enough to remember it, try and think of Animator, the idea of bringing back bodies. And basically the idea is that we follow the journey of a really rather unlikable, socially rejected, career-hungry woman who one night is hit over the head in her apartment. She wakes up not quite feeling herself, and the reason for that is she's no longer herself. She's actually now three people stitched together. So you've literally got a woman with scars across her face where she's that woman, this woman, that woman. Different body parts as well, different hands, different feet, different legs, etc. So obviously she wakes up and she's rather panicked about this, and then the story moves ahead and then occasionally cuts back to show you the lead up to these events, and it uses almost a Tarantino type of style where he uses his Act 1, Act 2, etc. But this uses the term Part 1, Part 2, or Part 3, Jennifer, Part 4, whatever, which is probably a nice little in-joke to the fact that we're talking about body parts as well. So anyway, she finds out she's been stitched back together. We get to find out these different people, and what they try and do is they try and show that there's three personalities within this one person. So oftentimes you'll actually see the three actresses in the room together talking to each other, and then what they're doing is then transposed into the combined person, the Frankenstein woman if you like, who's walking around in the room. Now sometimes this works, because when she's having an argument with herself and she wants to hit herself, one of the characters hits the other character, you see the Frankenstein girl hit herself in the face. Okay, that makes sense. Well, there's other times, there's a shot, particularly when they're in the bedroom, where one of them's dancing, one of them's trying off clothes, and I can't even remember what the third person's doing, but they're doing three totally different things. God knows how this Frankenstein character was ever working on that, because that was never shown. So I'm going to skip through this, guys, because I really don't want to spend much time on this film. But basically, there's a mad scientist who's putting bodies together, and in actual fact one of these three girls is the one who instigated the original surgery. She went to this mad scientist and said, I want to be perfect, make me perfect, and his idea basically was to cut her up and cut two other girls up and put them together to make the combined person. There's a few visual and sight gags along the way. You get the idea that they're trying to be smart and a bit clever, and also rather funny, and it falls flat on its face. And then eventually when she confronts this scientist, he kills her boyfriendish person that she's picked up along the way, and she spares him long enough to rebuild her boyfriend, and the final cut is her and her rebuilt boyfriend made from multi-body parts as well. So it's supposed to be a horror comedy. Now, comedy's a difficult thing to pull off because comedy is subjective. Horror's quite difficult because some things scare people, some people don't. Some people can be absolutely petrified by an alien running loose in a spaceship. Other people think, well, that's stupid. So you've got two difficult genres to put together here. But it fails on every level. It's not funny. The acting is wooden. The gore effects, the practical effects are good. They are gory. If you like gore, you'll get some gore. But it's so badly acted, so badly directed. Nothing makes sense that they do, from a biological sense to even character development of what there is of it. It's not funny, and it is so boring. It is so boring. It's one of those films where have you ever had this case where you've sat and watched a film, not in the cinema necessarily, but maybe at home, you sat and watched a film, you watch the first 10 minutes, you think, God, this is awful, is it going to get any better? I'll watch it a bit more. You watch it a little bit more, and you think, no, it's not getting any better. Shall I stop? Well, I'll give it another 5-10 minutes. And then by the way you're 2/3 into it, you think, it's crap, I'm not enjoying this, but I've invested this time, I might as well see how it ends. So I watched it all the way through, and guys, it is awful. It's not funny, it's not horrific, it's not smart, it's lackluster, it's dull, it's boring, it is, this isn't Shaun of the Dead, this isn't Reanimator, this isn't American Werewolf in London, it isn't any of the other smart films that use horror and comedy so carefully and so cleverly. It's available on Amazon. I can't remember if it's included or whether you have to pay a couple of quid for it. Either way, I'd skip this one, guys. So Patchwork, no, not for me, and it gets an F. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up. And of course, I produce more videos. I'm going to be doing a lot more in the near future, so please remember to subscribe. And if there's anything that you want me to review, any comments you want to make, just pop them in the comments below and I'll try and get back to you. All the best, take care.